Is this not the same Rufai Oseni? Same Rufai Oseni that was caught driving against traffic. I think he drove on BRT lane. I think that was last year or 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't know. Somewhere in Lagos. Rufai Oseni, same guy. He drove on BRT lane, which is wrong. And when officials caught him, instead of apologizing, and admitting that he was wrong, what was he saying? He was saying that he was shouting, "Do you know who I am? I'm going to call the governor of Lagos State." Is it not the same Rufai Oseni? Same Rufai Oseni that is insulting people on national TV, all in the name of doing journalism. My friend, shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down. I'm talking to you. You don't have no rights. You don't have any moral justification to talk where people with integrity are talking. You're talking nonsense on national TV. You're a very disrespectful person. You have no respect for the laws of this country. In fact, if somebody like you becomes president, believe me, you'll wipe out Nigerians. Are you not the same person that was caught driving on BRT lane? You could not even apologize. If not because somebody had a video was made. That was the only time when you saw the video, that was when you came on national TV to apologize. If there was no video, what would have happened? This is what you do. Just imagine the other ones that we've not seen before. How can you invite somebody? Who taught you journalism? Believe me, who taught you journalism? The first thing they should have taught you is to respect your guests. If you have a guest and you're talking in a particular manner and the guest does not like it, first thing you do is to apologize to that guest. Make the guest feel comfortable, then you continue with your question. How can you tell a guest that if the guest is not comfortable, the guest is free to walk out of the studio, and you call yourself a journalist? What nonsense. Who taught you journalism, Rufai? I am talking to you, Rufai Oseni. You're not better than anybody out there. You're a very disrespectful person, and you should go and learn journalism. You are insulting people on national TV. The video is there on the internet. It's there. Somebody can call it up. Call up that video and post it, and you will see who Rufai Oseni is. Same Rufai Oseni that is insulting people, acting like God on national TV, making your guests very uncomfortable. They form like you get Nigeria. You are the most concerned citizen. You are more concerned than all of us. My friend, shut up. Shut up, Rufai Oseni. I'm talking to you. You have no moral justification to talk to anybody on national TV that way, because you're not better than any Nigerian. You are not. If nobody will tell you, I will tell you to your face, Rufai Oseni. You are getting it wrong. That is not journalism. You are even laughing. I saw you I watched this video. You are even laughing at your guests. What rubbish? Who taught you? Where did you learn your own journalism? Which country? Where? Huh? You're a very disrespectful person, Rufai Oseni. You're getting it wrong, and I'll tell you to your face. Listen to me. Jagaban, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. That's the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic. Okay? GCFR. He is the president of Nigeria, whether you like it or not. He is our president. You must respect him. Okay? Give him the respect that he deserves. If you feel like being president, you have the next 4 years. Go and buy form and contest. And of course, President Tinubu will defeat you. The man just came in. He's been there for just months. Give him time. Rome was not built in a day. You're not better. You, Rufai Oseni, I'm talking to you. You're not better than any other Nigerian out there. Ordinary to apologize because you drove on BRT lane. You couldn't do it. You were shouting on the road. If not, that camera caught you shouting that you want to call the governor of Lagos State. So how are you better? Stop it. Have respect for our president. And the man deserves to be given time to work. Rome was not built in a day. He's been there for a couple of months. He needs time to fix the country.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics and economy and development. Now, one of the trending personalities in Nigeria today is Rufai Oseni, one of the anchors of Arise TV. Rufai Oseni has come under serious attacks, and I have been trying to find out what he has done wrong. to warrant the kind of acerbic attacks he has been receiving. And I could not be able to wrap my head around about anything they have against him. Rufai Oseni is one of the journalists in Nigeria who say it the way it is. And because he says it the way it is, it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, especially the purveyors of lies, propaganda, and misinformation. And I have watched him over time, and I discovered that this is a man who prepares well for his job. He is focused, watching from afar, and he is committed to his craft. And what is it about his craft that is making a lot of people uncomfortable? Is because he has consistently asked the right questions from those who are supposed to give the right answers. But those people have deliberately tried to stonewall or blatantly lie about the issues that are at stake, for which Oseni want to unravel. We have seen instances where people have fought with him on air, literally, because he asks them uncomfortable questions. But uncomfortable questions are the kind of questions that need to be asked, because Nigeria is now in a very uncomfortable situation. This is not a time for interviewers to be romancing the leaders or their spokesperson. It is the time to speak truth to power and to get the correct information from those in power. So I have watched him, and he asks questions that needed answers. For example, one of the good things about Hussein is that he's well abreast of his figures, of the information, so that oftentimes he asks people based on facts and figures. I've seen, there was a day I watched him interviewing the Labour Party governorship candidate in Bayelsa State. The man said he's a young person, he's coming to do transformation, going to do things different from the APC and the PDP. But when Oseni asked him, how many schools do we have in Bayelsa State? And how many of them are in good, what figures are in good shape and the bad shape? And the guy couldn't give any good reason. The guy couldn't be able to give figures. And Oseni, being a person that understands that figures matters, was not taking that from him. And in fact, it diminished my perception of that Labour candidate in Bayelsa State, because he ought to have shown that he is coming with something different from the APC and the PDP, which we already know that this class of politicians in APC and PDP have wrecked this country, and they have nothing to offer, nothing new, nothing good can come out of them in any shape or form. We're just barely tolerating them. It's not that we expected anything good from them. So somebody coming from the Labour Party, you would have expected him to have done his homework, to know the number of schools that are in need of rehabilitation and all that. He has no figure. He said there are some people. In fact, he was saying that there are people who should know. It's not his job to know. I said, come on, I lost it there. So these are the kind of things that makes people uncomfortable. In fact, I can tell you for free that Bayelsa governorship candidate was not expecting that they would ask him such a important question, because it's an important question. It's not for people to come on TV and they begin to talk about that they will build skyscrapers in the air and all that. Fact, how many schools were there in Bayelsa? How many are there in distress? How many teachers do they have there? How many teachers do you need there? Because you have to know all these things because before you begin to talk about it, you have solution to the problems in the education sector. And the same thing applicable to healthcare. You cannot come and say you want to improve health without knowing about the number of doctors in the state you want to govern. You don't know the number of hospitals that are there. You don't know the state of the hospital that are there. And you say you are going to be different from the APC and the PDP. No. And this is typical Rufai Oseni. The other day, a man came there and Rufai was telling him the economy has tanked since Tinubu became president. And the guy was trying to fight and say the economy has not tanked. The economy has not tanked, and Naira was exchanging for 1,300 to the dollar. The economy has not tanked, and the price of fuel is what it is today in the market. The economy has not tanked. Nigeria cannot be able to pay salary without borrowing money. So what does it mean for the economy to be tanked? And he said that Oseni was spreading fake news. What kind of fake news that? When we are all living in Nigeria and we know the situation of things in this country. So you see all kinds of people coming out to attack Oseni, saying that that is not how journalists should ask questions. How many journalists have they really watched? How many journalists have they seen at work? Is it the journalists in NTA that they will use to compare how journalists are supposed to interview? Journalists in the NTA that are made, they are basically jokes that romances question and they ask government officials. They don't want to cause any discomfort to those they are interviewing. Is that who you use? Look, if you want to go and see how people are being interviewed, go and watch Fox News and see how journalists really ask probing questions that brings out the best, and of course makes those who are being interviewed uncomfortable, because it is in that uncomfort situation you can get the truth. And the job of a journalist is to get the truth. The job of a journalist is not a public relation job. It's not a public relation activity. It is to get the fact behind the fact. And you have to be in a position to be able to ask the right question. And for you to do that, you have to do a lot of research. So my takeaway also from Oseni is that he does a lot of research. He reads a lot. He has a lot of information. So when you begin to give him figures that doesn't tally, he will refer you back to source to show you that you are wrong. And of course, people don't like to be told that they are wrong, especially when they are trying to ingratiate themselves to the government in power. So they don't want to admit that the government in power does anything wrong. So they try to defend the indefensible. And Rufai Oseni will not tolerate that. And that is good for him. And that is good for Arise TV. Because I can tell you for free that Oseni is one of the reasons why people watch Arise TV. They don't watch Arise TV because of Ruben Abati. Most Nigerians don't watch it because of Ruben Abati. They watch it because of Oseni. And I hope that Ndoko Obaibena, who is the owner of that television organization, should not be put in a situation where he will have to remove Oseni from being at the center of things in terms of interaction and interviewing leaders in this country, because that will be too bad. And he is going to lose a lot of followers. And Ndoka should know it, that Arise TV is in a competition with several others. The advertisers are watching. So it's not something that Ndoka should, because of all these tantrums they are throwing at him for doing his job, and put him at the background. He should be at the forefront. He's a blessing to Arise TV. He's to Arise TV what Tucker Carlson is to Fox News. Since Fox News did away with Tucker Carlson, they have suffered a lot in terms of viewership. Look at Tucker Carlson now. Tucker Carlson has blown on Twitter and everywhere else. The loss of Fox has become the gain of Tucker Carlson at Twitter and all that. And Tucker Carlson is a must watch if you used to watch Fox News. He makes people uncomfortable. Tucker Carlson makes people uncomfortable. He asks the question that nobody will ask in America. He asks you about it. And so many people are afraid of being interviewed by Tucker Carlson. But Tucker Carlson has millions of followers in the United States. Because when you are asking the right question, when you are probing the right people, when you are getting the right answers, forcing them to give you the right answers, because of the way you ask the question, because you can be able to ambush them and make them to say the truth, you become the darling of the public. That was how Tucker Carlson was the darling of American viewers. Till this day, they have left Fox News. They literally push him out because of all kinds of complaints. But at the end of the day, who loses? Fox News have lost a lot in terms of viewership because Tucker Carlson was shoved aside. Ndoko Bible should watch it. It appeared as a frontal attack to force him literally to do the kind of things that the management of Fox News did in America. So he shouldn't buy into it. He should in fact celebrate Oseni, because right now I see Oseni as the Tucker Carlson of Nigeria in terms of television broadcast. In fact, Oseni deserves to have a program of his own, just like Tucker Carlson. He needs to have a program of his own, not sharing this platform with 3 or 4 other people on the same place. He needs to have. And if they do any day that Ndoka tries it, you will see that he will blow. Nobody will watch Ruben Abati and all these things he's doing, because everyone wants to hear the truth. Nobody wants to go and watch a journalist who will be romancing leaders and trying to pander to them instead of getting the truth out. Nobody needs that. Why people like Tucker Carlson and Oseni are celebrated is because they ask the right question. And often the right questions often make those interviewed uncomfortable. But the business of a journalist is not to make those being interviewed comfortable. It is to get the truth. And why is it that journalists or the press are the fourth estate of the realm? It is to hold the leaders accountable before the people. But you can't hold the leaders accountable when you have people like Ruben Abati who appears openly partisan in terms of the way they try to suppress question they're supposed to ask. You can perceive it. You can see how Ruben Abati oftentimes attacks Peter Obi unnecessarily. But when it comes to the issue of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he tried to downplay it. He makes jokes about it as if it is unimportant. That's not the kind of journalist that can hold government accountable on behalf of the people. So somebody like Ruben, Oseni, is an asset to Arise TV. Just as Tucker Carlson was an asset to Fox News. It is because of Tucker Carlson that Fox News for the past 10 years was beating CNN in terms of viewership in America. It was Tucker Carlson that was at the center of the reason why most Americans don't watch CNN. And recently CNN has to close their headquarters in Atlanta. So when you see people who can do their job well, you have to encourage them. You can have to encourage Rufai Oseni. I should not succumb to this blackmail. They are blackmailing the young man. Everyone will come out on Instagram everywhere. Oseni do this. Oseni do. He doesn't know how to talk to those he's interviewing. Who told you that? How many people have you seen being drilled by journalists before? You see these things that they are doing in Nigerian media. That's what you take as how journalists are supposed to ask questions. Supposed to ask them questions like that. The other day when Oseni was asking a question and the person was threatening that he walk away. Oseni was right to tell him that you may decide to do so. Oseni didn't tell him to walk away. He said, but you may decide to do so. Because the embarrassment is on you. Who on live television walks away because you are afraid to answer the question. And you pretended that you know the answers to the question about the leader you come to defend. You come to defend Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they ask you uncomfortable question. You say you walk away. Walk away. It wouldn't be the first time somebody walked away from live television. We have seen it. Even R. Kelly, there was a time they were interviewing him, he walked away instead of answering the question. Where is R. Kelly today? He's in prison. So when you walk away, you make yourself look stupid. On live television, you are threatening you want to walk away because Oseni asks you uncomfortable question. Uncomfortable question needs uncomfortable answer. And what is that uncomfortable answer? Tell the truth. Oseni said that the economy has tanked. Has the economy not tanked? If you are defending Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you should be able to admit that the economy has tanked. Then, of course, you can now begin to tell us what Tinubu is doing to ensure that this situation is reversed. But not for you to come on television and say the economy has not tanked. Many people can no longer fuel their vehicles. Many people can no longer go to the farm because they cannot afford. They cannot afford to go to the farm and not being killed. These are all things that shows why poverty has exacerbated under his leadership, and you say it's not true. You have to admit that it is true, that the economy has tanked, that people can no longer fuel their vehicles, that people are paying higher now for transportation, that people are getting poorer by the day, and that the minimum wage can no longer satisfy those who have been paid that minimum wage. That a bag of rice is now more expensive than minimum wage. These are realities. So when you are confronted on it and you are a supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your job is to admit the situation. You can rebel journalists who are not prepared, journalists who are looking for, you know what I mean? Not for somebody like Oseni, who is much more interested in getting the truth from you. So you can use him and shine. No, you have to be prepared. You have to be ready. You have to do your homework. You have to know the state of the economy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and everything. state of economy under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, facts and figures. Know it at the tip of your fingers before you are coming to defend him on national television. And not when you are coming to fight Hussein because he's showing you facts that are contrary to what you want to come and present to Nigerians, to come and deceive Nigerians, to come and misinform Nigerians. You can go on other platforms and go and misinform Nigerians. You say, not on my platform. And that is a patriotic position to take. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.